Hey, girl. Okay, Bob.
No,
Did you have a Bob the other day, Chad?
I did.
You did? Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Homebuyers Clubhouse. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. Miss Erica, introduce yourself, honey. I knew that was going to put her in between us, Chad.
Sorry. Hey, I am Erica Batts with New American Funding.
Miss Nicole.
I am Nicole Crawford. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty, servicing the Greensboro Triad area.
I saw Samantha come in. I don't know where she went. There she go right there. So let's see what's going on with her. I don't look like she's ready. Hey, Samantha. She ain't ready. Hey, girl. How you doing?
My hair keep moving in my face, you guys. I'm sorry.
Can't nobody see you. Why is the camera all the way down there? The audience would like to look at you from the top. Audience, y'all happy now? I saw y'all complaining in the audience. I got you, boo. I got you. So, how you doing today?
I have no complaints.
Awesome. Introduce yourself to the audience, sweetie.
I'm Samantha Harding. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Mortgage Solutions Financials.
Awesome. You guys, today we are talking about some benefits of being a first-time home buyer. We have a lot of people out there who want to buy their first home. And, buying your first home, it can be very intimidating. It can be an intimidating experience. So there are numerous things to take into consideration before, from finding the right house to the right financing. But being a first-time home buyer, it does come with some advantages. And a lot of people don't realize it. It just depends on what area you're thinking about shopping in. But first-time home buyers, they often have access to special loan programs that can assist them into getting into their first home very quickly and less expensively than those who have purchased a home previously. So these programs offer first-time home buyers benefits such as low down payment, subsidized interest, and a limit to the fees that a lender may charge them. So a lot of people think that buyers have to pay like 20% down before they get their first home. Is that true, lenders? Is that true?
Absolutely incorrect.
Yes. So let's start with you guys and some programs that you guys offer, and then we'll kind of go into some other programs that I know a lot of our buyers want to talk about, because I know a lot of our audience, I know a few of y'all out there, y'all are from the country like I am. So let's talk about some of these benefits and some of all the good stuff that they have to offer. So lenders, what are some benefits? What can you guys offer a first-time home buyer?
Samantha, you want to go first?
Y'all should be jumping all over this, all excited and stuff.
Listen,
I don't have any programs that we work with, so that is why I don't.
All right, not a problem.
Stuff. So,
well, now I actually work with a couple of programs. So I work with North Carolina Housing.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to give you anywhere from $8,000 to $30,000 down. There are stipulations to go with that. But that is a program that we offer. We also offer USDA. When you mentioned living in the country, that's a loan that is a 0% down payment, and it is made to populate your more rural areas. So you're not going to get that if you want to live in, one of the major cities. Like if you want to live in Wilmington or Raleigh or Charlotte or Greensboro, then USDA is not covered under those areas. But if you want to live in maybe like Selma or some of the Clayton, I think Clayton is still USDA area. Those type of areas, some of it is, some of it isn't. But any of those areas are considered rural areas. You have to check the map, check the address to make sure that it is an eligible property. But USDA will help they take care of the down payment on that. But you still have to come with closing costs, your earnest money, all of those things are part of those closing costs.
Definitely. And for those of you guys who want to check the site, the USDA site and the USDA map, you can Google it. And I'm going to drop a website later on today for you guys to have. But you can Google it. Just type in USDA coverage map. Just make sure that you're going onto the USDA, the rd.usda.gov website. And I'm going to drop that on the screen later on. But yeah, make sure you just Google it. I know some people don't want to be in the country, like Erica said. They don't. But there are a lot of benefits to living in a rural area. All right.
One thing I do want to say about the USDA program that a lot of people
Mhm.
don't realize is that it does not cover existing manufactured homes. So
Yes.
they don't do, so if it's a new manufactured home, yes, they may be eligible for that, but they do not do existing structures for that.
Definitely. So all right, y'all. So I know Nicole, you're on there. I'm on the NCHFA website as well. So as real estate agents, you can go on there. And Erica says she does it as well. So if you're thinking about doing it, you could definitely reach out to her. So Erica, Nicole, I know all of us, we can kind of touch base on some of the advantages that they have on their website. I know one of them was $8,000 down payment. They have the NC Home Advantage tax credit up to $2,000, and they can also do up to 25%. What's that? Community home buying programs. Am I right? You may be eligible for up to 25% of the sales price and down payment, a maximum of $40,000.
Right.
So yeah, they have those out there as well. So, but yeah, y'all can talk about that. And then I'll drop some links for them to find.
Well, keep in mind that you do have to still meet the qualifications for those particular programs. That's qualifications for income. That is qualifications for your debt to income ratio. There's also additional interest. Now, these are the $8,000. I know a lot of people always say it's a grant. It is not a grant. It's actually a second loan that is placed upon your property. However, you don't have to pay this back if you stay in that house for 15 years, as long as it's your primary residence and you stay in that house for 15 years.
So I also know about this program as well. I think their credit score is a little bit higher, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but you require a higher number in a credit score, right, for this program as well. It's not like the 580, it's like a 640 or something, right?
It's 640 for your a regular. If you're looking for a manufactured home, it's 660.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. All right, y'all. So the program that I just learned about and I just took some training on last week is the USDA Direct Loan Program. And a lot of people don't know that this program exists. These interest rates are a lot lower than the current market. As of August 1st, 2022, is at 3.25% for low income to very low income borrowers. And I had no idea that this existed. This is not a regular USDA loan. This is a USDA direct loan. And what they do is they offer like subsidized interest rates. They modify your interest rates on these properties and they allow you 33 years versus like a normal 30-year mortgage. And sometimes they do a 38-year mortgage depending on your income. And that's out there. And like I said, I had no idea. I knew about a regular USDA, but it's so many people because this is for people that definitely they're hurting on their income. The income is very low. And when they tell you their income is just like, wow, I wish it's something that I could do. But this is that situation where there is something that we can do. But again, it's USDA and you have to be in a rural area if you want to get this program, if you want to do this loan type.
Great program. I've had clients to use it. Matter of fact, one of my horror stories comes with this particular program. Not so much as the program, but the time length it took to close it. So that the one thing that I will say about a lot of programs is that the client needs to understand what the program is and how it's going to affect them, especially if you're in multiple offer situations and you're putting down, hey, we're going to close in 20 to 25 days or 30 days on that contract. We need to know how that's going to affect us because sometimes it can't be done. USDA Direct is an awesome program. My client used it to move to Reedsville. And with the subsidy, because he was set on a fixed income, he was able to purchase a 1,800 square foot home that we couldn't find in Greensboro. And his payment, I think he's paying right around $4 something a month. We can't do that a lot of times any other place. So it's definitely a great program. Be patient. is what I would advise people on the upfront of getting your application through the USDA, because you're going direct. Because I've seen people get frustrated in that process, because I've seen some people waiting 3 to 4 months to get an answer back. But once you get an answer, it's a great product to be able to use.
Yes, and it's definitely about patience and qualifying them up front. So, and that's where your packager comes in. So, yes, it's definitely, like I said, the market right now, the interest rates are what? Are we still at 5%?
Yes, ma'am.
5 to
Yeah.
6.
So, and theirs at 3%. So that's what I'm saying. That's when Nicole said, you know, he's only paying like $400 and they're giving you more time to pay it off. So that's how, you know, compare. And this, like I said, it's for very low income to low income. So this is one of those situations where if a normal lender can't help you, this is where we can kind of help you with the whole USDA loan, direct loan packaging program. And I have a client right now. We just went under contract. She's doing the lease with the option to purchase program as well. She's not where she needs to be right now with her credit, and she's self-employed. I don't think it's a credit. She's self-employed or whatever. But one thing she mentioned, you know, because they pre-approved her for a very low amount, because we don't know where the market is going with the interest rates right now, because they're kind of all over the place. They're dropping and they lift it back up. So she said, I had to humble myself. She said, Jesse, I had to humble myself. And that's something we have to do sometimes. If you're only approved for $200,000, sometimes you have to go to these areas where the housing is a little bit lower. You have to humble yourself. Now, if you don't want to, that's on you. You want what you want. But sometimes if you need a house, some people need a house. Some people don't have nowhere to stay. So sometimes you have to get out of that area in your comfort zone and go to somewhere you can actually afford.
Right. I would say right now, you also see a lot of people where, you know, they're talking about, oh, interest rates. They're waiting for interest rates to drop. They're waiting for, you know, there's a lot of people that have been waiting for years for something, whether they tell you, well, I'm waiting for the recession. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. And in the meantime, they're paying 100% interest on wherever it is that they're renting. Yes. So, you know, there are some people that really just have to have a change of mindset in order to accomplish their goal.
They're waiting on the market to crash.
Exactly. You hear that a lot. And, you know, this is not the same market that was in 2008. So it's not going to happen. You're going to be waiting, you know, for an extremely long time, because now you have more people who want to buy and are able to buy. They're just waiting for a house to become available.
All right. So now earlier we mentioned the benefits of being a first-time home buyer and not paying the 20%. I know we've talked about this on our other shows, but let's talk about it right now. So for the people that missed it, they'll know. So if you don't have to pay this 20% down, you guys, what's something that you're going to have to get if you don't pay this 20% down? What's the catch? It's not always a catch, but is it a catch? No,
there's not a catch, but you know, you do have to pay that private mortgage insurance if you have a conventional loan or an FHA loan. You don't have to pay it if you have a VA loan or USDA loan.
Okay, so about how much is this private mortgage insurance? And explain to them what it is.
Private mortgage insurance, it protects the lender because you're not putting 20% down. It protects the lender in the event that you default on this mortgage. That means that this is insurance that is going to pay us the balance. So because it's riskier for the lender, that's basically what it is.
Awesome. All right, so y'all don't have any more feedback. So let's talk about this down payment assistance stuff really quickly, if we can. I know you already explained it, but let's talk about that really quickly. And if someone wanted to get it, what should they do?
They should contact us. Like, give me a call, like, send me a message, you know, whatever. But so that's a program that we then help facilitate with the North Carolina Housing, because as I said, it is a secondary loan. There are some people that go directly to North Carolina Housing and get their approval, but then we have to get it again when we process the actual mortgage.
Awesome. All right, y'all got anything else y'all want to add to this? Y'all got any more benefits to being a first-time home buyer? Who's that moving in the background? I just clicked off my screen, but somebody need to mute. All right, sorry y'all, because I couldn't mute you. All right, did y'all get the question?
I would say that there's definitely a lot of benefits to being a first-time home buyer. The biggest one that I can always think of is once you're a homeowner, that your payment is basically stable. You have a stable payment. So just like right now, you hear a lot of people talking about rent increases and all of those things, but that's not something that you have to worry about because your payment is, other than your taxes and insurance changing, your payment is the same for the next 30 years or, however long you have your mortgage for.
And one thing I do want to add, if you decide to get these grants and these programs, you do have to be in that house for a certain amount of time. Now, it's not saying that you're required to live there, but if you decide to sell your house before that time, you're going to have to pay some of that back. So just know that, and it just depends on the area. I was told by a closing attorney the other day, I think she said Raleigh requires, I think she said downtown. I think it was downtown Raleigh. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in Raleigh. Raleigh requires you to live there like 12 years, I believe, like 12 or 17 years. I know for us, it's like, for the NCCHFA, from what I learned, it's like, 5-7 years? Am I right?
No, it's actually 15 years.
15.
So what it is it's forgivable. It starts to be forgiven at 10 years. So at the 10-year mark, then they will forgive 20% per year until you get to the 15 years.
Let me get this off my face. I'm trying to fix my face. Go on.
It's but you don't have to live in the house for that particular period of time, because otherwise then you just have to pay this money back. Just like if you have there's a lot of state programs where you'll just have to pay it back. If you do a cash out refi, any of those type of things is a requirement.
Yeah, okay. So I see it. So 640, your credit scores are 640 or higher. And 11 to 15 years. That's for the NC First Home Advantage Down Payment Program.
Right. So
and that's for 11, the $8,000.
Yeah. So year 11, they forgive 20%, year 12, 20%, so on and so forth until you get to that 15th year.
Yes. Okay. And you can go on. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So but it's a beneficial program because a lot of times it helps people get in this, get into these programs. So just like I know that I used a similar program for like unemployment, or like years ago when they had the it was through North Carolina Housing, but it was a foreclosure prevention fund. Mm-hmm. And so because you're out of work, because I had got laid off from my job, then they paid my mortgage payment for a year. But when I refinanced, I had to pay that money back.
That's awesome, though, that they have those programs out there. Mm-hmm. So for those of you guys that's dealing with foreclosures, they have that as well. So I know one that my sister has is the MCC tax credit. And basically every year she gets this credit on her taxes whenever she files her taxes. And like some situations, she wouldn't even get money back. But with this tax credit, it helps her get a tax refund most of the time. So that's a good thing as well.
Especially now that, the tax laws changed a couple of years ago, most people are not able to get a benefit for the interest that they pay on their home unless it's over $10,000.
Yes.
But that's actually set to expire in 2026, I believe.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
I love it. I love how you stay on top of everything, Chad. I love it.
Well, that was kind of those temporary tax breaks that they put out there so that most people now they don't really get the tax benefit from having a house. But as I said, as of right now, it's set to expire in 2026.
Okay. All right. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add to this?
The only thing I was going to say is that I know we talked about North Carolina Housing, but a lot of cities have local down payment assistance programs. Mm-hmm. if first-time home buyers are looking for that. And I will always go back to know the program, ask questions, and make sure it fits for you. Because a lot of people want the money because they feel like it's free, but know that it's not always free. If in that sense of you still need to have money to be able to purchase your home, and not every program works for every person. You're not a lot of times can't qualify because there are income restrictions, that the income ratios that we just don't qualify for. So just talk to the lender and make sure that what you're wanting to do and that you been wishing and waiting on actually fits you. Because if you're only going to stay in the house for a couple of years, it may not make sense to do that.
Definitely. I like that. That's some good advice. All right. For those of you guys, so it's the USDA direct loans. And like Nicole said, if you're not in North Carolina, make sure you Google it. So you have the USDA loan, and then you also have the USDA direct loan, which is for the low income to the very low, for the low income to the very low income borrowers. And then here in North Carolina, we have the NCCHFA website that you can go on. You can just type in the NCCHFA.com, and then just go to the home buyer section, or just type it in this way right here, and it'll take you directly to the home buyer's website. You can also find real estate agents on that website and lenders on that website as well. But Erica said that she does it at her company. So definitely start by reaching out to her as well. For those of you guys who's not in North Carolina, again, make sure you just Google down payment assistance programs, and just to make sure it's a legit website, you guys. That's where you can go wrong a lot of the times is going to the wrong website. So just make sure it's a state website, it's a government website, before you start giving away all of your information. That's all.
The other thing I will say about some of the down payment assistance programs is that, a lot of people, they may think that they're low income, but there's actually a chart on those websites to tell you what the acceptable income is for those areas. So, some people think, oh, well, because I don't make $40,000 a year, I would qualify as low income. And that may not be the case for that particular area. So it will ask you, where you live, all of those things. So just like if you live in Raleigh, then, the income may be $48,000 a year. Or, if you live in Durham, I think at one point Durham was like 50 some $1,000s a year. So anything below that. So a lot of people do qualify for Durham. And then Durham also has a program that's supposed to help you with that. But because your income can only be a certain amount, right now, there's not a whole lot of cities, because I've had several people apply for it, but there's nothing that you can find based on your income in the city. So it's like, your debt to income ratio qualification then says, okay, well, you can only qualify for a house for $200,000, and good luck finding something in Durham for $200,000.
Honey.
That is one of the side things for that, for some of those programs. And my other thing I would say is that when we're looking at the down payment programs, make sure you ask your lender what are some of the requirements as far as inspections. I've seen a lot of people get in trouble behind not having enough money to meet that qualification, because that is a buyer expense. And sometimes it is like with USDA Direct, I want to say he was able to roll something in, but I don't want to speak on that part. But you do have to be able to pay for your inspections. So if they want city code inspections and home inspections and HVAC and other building inspections, you have to have the money for that. So just make sure we're asking the right questions.
And, that was pretty sad for some of my buyers that I had, and, we try to counsel them to the best of our abilities, but it is that situation where they don't have the money for the inspections. And you definitely don't want to buy a house without getting those inspections. And like she said, some of them may require that you get these inspections. All lenders don't require you to get an inspection, but with some of these programs, you have to get an inspection.
One of the biggest things I will say is that no down payment does not mean you don't need any money.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you hear all the time is,
Mhm.
oh, well, it said there was no down payment, but I don't have any money, or
Yeah.
I have $200, or those type of things. It's like you can't do anything with that.
And no matter how many times we say that, a lot of people, they're always surprised. But you have to make an offer on these properties. This is not those situations where you can just go in there and say, I want the house. It's normally you have to make an offer and you're competing against other people in this market. So you just like you want that house, there's another buyer that wants that house as well. So you
Right.
definitely need to have some money there, and you need to be able to make those deposits. You got to make those deposits with that offer. So you can show the seller, hey, look, I'm serious about buying your house by offering them this deposit on this property.
Right. Or even VA buyers, that's a no down payment program. And depending on if they're disabled or any of those type of things, that also will then save them some money.
Definitely.
So they sometimes in certain counties, they're eligible to get a discount on their property taxes as well.
Awesome. Anything else, you guys? Y'all have anything else? Awesome. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We just had some people just pop in. If you missed it, just hit rewind and play back or whatever you need to do. But we talked about our USDA direct loan program. We talked about USDA, and we also talked about some down payment assistance today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have an awesome day. My name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a Triangle Realtor with A to Z Realty, and you can reach me at 919-818-9854. Miss Erica.
Hey, I am Erica Batts. I am your mortgage loan officer with New American Funding. You can reach me at 919-608-7916, or you can reach me at ericabatts.com.
Nicole.
And I am Nicole Crawford. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty, service in the Greensboro Triad area. I can always be reached on my cell, which is 336-457-3007.
And you guys, you can reach us in the clubhouse at www.thehomebuyersclubhouse.com. You can find us on Facebook, on our page, and in our private group at Homebuyers Clubhouse. And you can also find us on YouTube at The Homebuyers Clubhouse. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.